to do this video because I couldn't find any good review, or any review actually, regarding using one of the best headset available out there to be bought. By the way, today is June 2019, and these are the two best headsets that you can buy if you like using headsets that doesn't cover and plug up your ear. So there are plenty of headsets out there that's, I guess you call them an AirPods, and they completely seal your ear. So I'm not the type of person that like to use those headsets to isolate the sound and seal my ear, because I can't hear anything else. I would like to be able to hear when people call me, what's happening surrounding my area, etc. So I need to have a headset that doesn't totally block the sound, and also makes it more comfortable. So these are the two headsets here. This is the Apple AirPods. This is the version 2, and this is the Trekz Air, and this is a bone conduction headphone that doesn't cover your ear. So these are the two, in my opinion, best options today if you need to have a headset for both phone calls and music, and you would like to use it without blocking your ear, and you're probably going to use it for a longer period of time, or use it or have it on your ear or on you all day long, somewhere between 5 to 8 hours. These are the choice. Okay, so this review, or this, I guess, yeah, you can call it a review, I guess, report or whatever, is going to concentrate more for phone calls. I am constantly on the phone, talking to clients, talking to friends, etc. And I also listen to music while I work. I like to have a headphone on me almost all the time. And one of these will work better for me than the other. But sound quality is not the most important thing for me. So therefore, it's important though, when I'm making phone calls, for people to be able to hear me. I have had headsets in the past where somebody says, are you on a plane? Are you in a car? Are you underwater? I cannot hear you. You sound muffled, etc., etc. So all of these things are annoying. I end up not using the headset, and then I go back to a wired headset. The Apple, I use an iPhone, so the Apple original headset is the one that works best for me. And what I mean by the original headset is the headset that comes free with the iPhone. Anyhow, that setup is okay, but the cable sometimes gets hooked, tangled, etc., where it becomes annoying. Anyhow, so let's start. I am going to be reviewing this for the point of view, like I said again, from an all-day use for comfort, fatigue, and continuous use. So I have this chart here that basically will describe my experience. So I am going to describe these one by one. So this is basically a chart where I give scores 1 to 10 for the Trekz or the AirPods based on each one of the category. Like this is the call quality category, the music quality category, etc. So let's start with the call quality. The hearing for the Trekz, when I put it on, I can hear quite well. And the problem with the Trekz is that it's a speaker that is on the side of your cheeks, and when you turn it up loud, you can hear pretty clearly, but so can somebody about a foot away from you. They can also hear when you turn it up pretty loud. But during a phone call, I have no problem hearing people, what they're saying. Now, it's different for the speaking part. When I speak, there are microphones here. Let me just show you here. There are microphones here and here on each side, Well, actually, I'm not sure where the microphone is. Maybe the microphone is just one right here. But either way, people that I have tested with reported that I sound muffled. And when I switch, and I am the one on the other recipient and somebody's speaking on the Trekz Z, I was able to confirm, yes, the sound quality is different. It's not as crisp and is muffled. Sounds like I'm far away. So something is definitely not quite as good on the microphone for the Trekz Z. So I give it a 6. The AirPods, on the other hand, I'm quite surprised. Let me take out one AirPod here. The fact that the microphones are here and they're both AirPods have microphones in them. The fact that the microphones are here and it's quite far from the face and from the mouth, I would say about at least 5-6 inches. It picks up the sound quality, the audio when I'm speaking quite well. Actually, it's so well that we did some tests, and the person on the other end could not tell whether I'm on the AirPod or I'm just speaking directly on the iPhone. So it's that good. So I gave it an 8 out of 8. As far as the hearing, the AirPod is just as good. I mean, you can turn it up. It's not the loudest headphone. It actually cannot go very loud, but I can definitely hear just as well as I did with the Trekz Z because this is more inside your ear than the Trekz Z. Okay, so and next is music quality. Okay, so like I said originally, this review is not going to be about music quality, but when you're reviewing headset, you have to cover it anyways. I do listen to music. It's not very important to me. It's just a background entertainment. Excuse me. So the Trekz Z, I give it a 6, and the AirPod, I give it a 7. The reason why is, again, because the Trekz Z is outside, it's bone induction, conduction, whatever. It vibrates when I listen to the music a little bit louder. It vibrates. People sitting a foot from you can hear a bit of the music, and the music sounds a bit muffled because it's just like a small speaker on your cheek. It's not as good. So I can't give it any more than a 6 on the quality of the sound. On the AirPods, however, like I said again, it goes in your ear without completely sealing in your ear. It has this, I think, patented design. I mean, knowing Apple, what wouldn't be patented, right? So it's this design that for my ear at least, it fits really well, and it fits just snugly enough in there without being too tight, and I can easily remove it on and off. But that position, having it in the ear and having the speaker pointing to your eardrum, probably gives it that better quality sound. So the music quality for the AirPods, I give it a 7. The ease of use, well, can't really beat the AirPods, but I'll explain what I mean by that. Why I give a 5 for the Trekz Z. The Trekz Z. Okay, so number one, obviously, when you put it on your head, it takes a couple more seconds for you to just get this correct because it needs to sit like this. Your cheeks is gonna be here, and you have to get it over your ear. And for my head, at least, there's about half an inch sticking out, so this is not touching the back of my head. It's always just dangling, and then somebody can just pull it. It's not that it's not comfortable or hard to use or anything like that with this design. It's just that it's hard to control, right? So there's a button right here, and pressing this button is easier than tapping on the AirPod, actually, because it's a physical button. But it's hard in a way because you have to be pressing against your cheek. To turn on this headset, you have to press the plus sign for a few seconds, and then it turns on. But sometimes I can't even remember, is it the back button or the front button when I have it in this position. So I know that's pretty easy to remember, but it's just, it leaves you having to guess how to turn it on. And there are different functionality that uses these two buttons, like how to, well, these two buttons is actually plus and minus volume. Pressing the back will decrease the volume, pressing the front will increase the volume. I'm not going to go into detail about the features of it. I'm just saying that the fact that this button is on your right side of your face and it's more towards the back, is at the back of your ear, is harder to use than the AirPods. The AirPods have no button whatsoever, just like that. So, yeah, so the AirPods is really nice, meaning it just works, and it works as if somebody gave it a lot of thought. So I'm really surprised. I'm a first-time AirPods user, and when I put this in my ear, I hear a boing sound, and it just means that I'm connected. The boing sound is so fast, it's usually about 1 second after you put it in your ear. So once I put in my ear, boing, that means that I'm connected to my iPhone, and that's it. I double tap to hang up. I double tap to switch track. I double tap. Yeah, just double tap just works. And Siri just works by saying, "Hey Siri." So it really it's a wonderful feature altogether. That is really hard to beat. The simplicity and the functionality of the AirPods. All right, let's move on. Well, actually, let me cover a little bit about ease of use. To pair and connect is obviously not equal. This is a non-platform bias, meaning it's not for iOS or iPhone or Android. So it's not biased. So the process to pair is just as normal as any other headset. You basically put it in pairing mode, and the way that you put this in pairing mode is just you press the plus button when you turn it on longer until the LED turns blue red for a few seconds, and then you go to your phone and then you find it and you pair it. The AirPods, of course, is super easy. You just put it near any iOS device or any Apple device, except for MacBook, that is. Any iOS device, actually. Just put this charging case close to it, open it, it shows, it recognizes it, and all you have to do is just press connect and you're done. It's that simple. So again, I'm sorry, the Apple AirPod wins. Next, we're gonna talk about multi-point pairing. So when I first got these two headsets, I told my wife, I am pretty sure I'm going to be returning the AirPod, because actually I'm biased at resisting the AirPod to begin with, because I really thought that this is going to look ridiculous on me. So I was really thinking that I'm going to be returning this, and also probably because sound quality, the microphone was very important to me, and this was much further up away from my mouth than the Trekz Z. I really thought that the Trekz Z will nail it as far as sound call quality versus the AirPod, but I was wrong. The AirPod is actually better. Anyway, I'm digressing. Let's go back to multi-point pairing. So I got these two, and another reason I don't like the AirPod is because it doesn't support multi-point pairing. What is multi-point pairing? Well, multi-point pairing is being able to connect to multiple devices without hitting connect. So for example, the Trekz Z can connect to my MacBook, to my iPhone at the same time. I repeat again, it's at the same time. So when I look at my iPhone, it will say connected, and when I look at my MacBook, it will still say connected. They're both connected. But then you ask, well, then where is the sound going to be coming from? Well, actually both. Well, not really both, but this is what's annoying, and that's why I gave the multi-point pairing a 5, even though the Apple doesn't have one. I give the AirPod a 1 because it doesn't have it at all. I give the multi-point pairing, which I was very hopeful for the feature, I gave it a 5 because it's just not working for me and it's very annoying. So this is how it works, the best that I can describe it. Since you have multiple devices connected, the headphone will try to detect where do you have activity, meaning where do you have sound activity. Do you have sound activity on the phone? Then it will try to connect to the phone. If your MacBook is quiet, like there's no music playing, and your phone has music, it will connect to the phone. Well, it's connected to the phone. If nothing is going on the phone and all of a sudden there's music playing on the MacBook, then it will connect to the MacBook. But that time to recognize is somewhere between 5, sometimes up to 10 seconds. And that is just so annoying. 5 to 10 seconds, I can actually switch. When I have the AirPods already paired both to my phone and to my MacBook, I can actually switch which device that I want to connect to the AirPod within maybe 2 seconds. I just go to the MacBook, go to the menu, tap the Bluetooth, click AirPods, boom, I'm connected. At the phone, I just open up the control center, click on the output device, boom, I'm connected. So it's the multi-point pairing, which was one of the feature that I thought would definitely make me choose the Trekz Z better or more than the AirPods, was actually not true. I was actually very disappointed of how the multi-point pairing works because of that auto stupid detection system. And why don't they just let all the sound in and out, meaning like the microphone goes to all the connected devices and all the sound from all the connected devices come in. I don't know, maybe it's too much bandwidth for the Bluetooth, I don't know, but it's just, I thought that was the perfect way to make the meaning of multi-point pairing should have just been that, multi-point plus multi-connect, but it's not. Anyhow, so let's move on to the last category, battery. Okay, no doubt, I believe the Trekz Z has better battery. I didn't use it long enough for me to confirm, but I can at least tell you that using both devices for a few days, I definitely feel that the Trekz Z gives probably about 5 to 6 hours of use. I'm talking about like mix of phone call and music, etc. So this gives you longer runtime, but well, it makes sense, right? Look at this. I think the battery is probably here. Yeah, look at the size of this battery. And but here's the trick. I give the AirPods a 9, and you may think, why? Because this only gives about maybe 2-3 hours of continuous use, if that. I give it a 9 because it takes only about 15 minutes for this to charge when I put it back to the case. Maybe 30, I don't know. I never pay too much attention, but it's super quick. Every time I glance at it, it's already green like that. That means it's fully charged. But here's the trick. For those of you that doesn't know, you can just use one of these AirPods. You don't have to use both of them at the same time all the time. They both have microphone, they both have speaker, and you can switch between left and right at any given moment. Even when I'm on a call, I can, let's say I'm on a call and this is in my ear. Okay, that's in my ear, and it's giving me this 5 minutes warning that the battery is low. So I reach out to my AirPod container, I pop out the other one, put it in my other ear, and let it sit there for about 5 seconds, and then I'll just remove this and then put it back in my case for it to charge. The person that I'm talking to will not even know what I just did. The call will not drop, the voice or microphone, the audio, none of it is interrupted at all. It's simultaneous. I guess, switch over, if you would, or simultaneous connect, because there was an overlap of time when I have both of them in my ears, and then I removed the one with the low battery and then charge. So because of that, I can actually use the AirPod continuously, on and on and on, if I just keep if I have these plugged. By the way, this is the non-wireless charger version. You can get one that is wireless, but this is a non-charger wireless version. You can keep switching between left and right, and you can get basically unlimited amount of battery. Yeah, so this actually beats the Trekz Z, in my opinion, because of that feature. And the case, this case right here, can recharge the AirPod 4 to 5 times, both sides. So if you use only one AirPod at a time, and you can recharge this, let's say 4 times each, that means it's 8 times. You can use it 8 times before the juice in here runs out. So that's 8 times, let's say 2 hours max. Let's say you're listening to constant music and you're talking all the time. So 8 times 2, that means it's 16 hours before you completely run out of batteries on your AirPods. So the Apple AirPods clearly wins, in my opinion, the battery test. Yes, you do have to carry this, obviously, for you to have that 16-hour battery life that I was talking about. Yeah, so anyhow, this review became too long, but I hope this was helpful, especially in terms of call quality, because I couldn't find any review specifically talking about call quality for headset that is open. Again, it's important for me to have an open ear headset, because I use it all day. It needs to be comfortable. I don't want to get tired using it. And basically what I'm saying is that the ear, when I have the earbuds, and I have it in my ear all day, it feels like there's something stuck there, and I need to remove it. I guess I'm calling it fatigue, ear fatigue. I don't like that at all. So I like to use, the only in-ear headset that I like to use is this shape right here, that Apple got it perfected, almost. Yeah, I mean, it may not work for some people's ear, but for my ear, it works really well, and I'm glad that they created it. Yeah. All right, well, thanks for watching. If you find this video useful, please hit the like button. I like to create videos like this, reviewing gadgets, do-it-yourself projects around the home. I'm also a solar panel enthusiast. I have many projects or videos talking about that. Please subscribe to my channel if you find these topics interesting, and I would appreciate it. And by the way, I will be putting links to both of these products that I bought from Amazon. They're Amazon links that would give me commission. Definitely appreciate if you would support my endeavor for making these videos by clicking the links and purchasing using the links. It helps me create more videos, etc. Thank you again, and have a good day.